Today I'm going to give you a detailed review of Cixin Liu's epic sci-fi trilogy, The Three-Body Problem, The Dark Forest, and Death's End. This series has been a roller coaster of emotions, mind-bending concepts, and profound philosophical questions. I'm going to break down each book, discuss key themes, and then look at the trilogy as a whole, including a brief comment on the Netflix adaptation. A word of warning, this review is not spoiler-free, so if you don't want spoilers, you should probably leave now. If you already read it and you're okay with spoilers, grab some coffee and let's do this thing. First up, we have The Three-Body Problem. This book blew me away with its innovative plot and deep scientific concepts. It begins during the Cultural Revolution in China with the astrophysicist Ye Wenji witnessing her father's murder by red gods, leading her to become deeply disillusioned with humanity. Ye's subsequent involvement with a secretive base called Red Coast and her eventual contact with the alien Trisolaran civilization sets the stage for the series. One of the aliens warns her about sending more messages to them, but because she thinks humanity is doomed anyway, she sends another message and in the process dooms humanity. The book explains a lot of scientific theory and has some wild concepts throughout. One of these concepts is the introduction of sophons. Sophons are subatomic particles manipulated by the Trisolarans to act as both surveillance devices and saboteurs. Cixin Liu clearly has a fascination with dimensionality, so 2D, 3D, 4D, etc., and begins explaining it in the first book. In the later books, he goes all in on this, which can get a bit confusing. The easiest way to explain sophons is that they are particles that can be unfolded into different dimensionalities. When in 2 dimensions, they cover a vast surface area, and the Trisolarans can then imprint them like computer motherboards and turn them into supercomputers before they refold them back into 3 dimensions again, making them particle size and effectively making them capable of traveling at the speed of light. In short, sophons are atom-sized supercomputers. The Trisolarans use the sophons to halt all basic scientific research on Earth by interfering with experiments and equipment. By doing this, Trisolarans ensure that humanity cannot advance in fundamental technology over the 400 years it will take the Trisolarans to arrive at Earth, thus preventing humans from building a proper defense. This move by the Trisolarans is both brilliant and terrifying, as it reveals their deep strategic thinking and willingness to engage in long-term planning to secure their migration to Earth. The deployment of sophons raises complex questions about the vulnerability of scientific progress and the potential for knowledge itself to be weaponized. The ethical implications are vast and disturbing, highlighting the darker sides of technological and scientific advancement. This element of the story not only adds to the suspense, but also serves as a critical reflection on the power dynamics at play in scientific endeavors on a cosmic scale. Another great narrative element in the book is the virtual reality game called Three-Body. This game simulates the chaotic and unpredictable world of Trisolaris, where the 3 suns cause extreme climate changes and societal collapses on a regular basis. The game serves as a brilliant narrative device revealing the plight of the Trisolarans and their desperate need for a new home. As a reader, you have to get used to the weirdness of the game chapters, but it quickly becomes one of the most enjoyable parts of the book because you spend your time trying to figure out what is going on, while also getting incredibly imaginative descriptions of the Trisolaran society and species, and learning about the scientific conundrum called Three-Body Problem. The book explores themes of scientific ethics, the unpredictability of progress, and the potential dangers of first contact with an alien civilization. Ye Wenji's actions, driven by her belief that humanity needs an external force to save it from itself raise some profound ethical questions. The portrayal of the Trisolaran civilization with its advanced technology and unstable environment adds a layer of complexity to the story. The concept of dimensional reduction, where dimensions are collapsed to reduce the complexity of physical laws, is both fascinating and terrifying. It's a concept that Cixin Liu handles masterfully, making it accessible to readers without a strong background in physics. Through all the books, Cixin Liu does this masterfully. I know very little about physics, but when reading the books, I feel like what I am reading is plausible and that physics concepts are explained in a way that makes me understand them. The way the books mix scientific discovery with personal and societal crisis is fantastic. Overall, I absolutely loved The Three-Body Problem for its originality, complex characters, and thought-provoking content. It's a masterclass in hard science fiction that sets up an incredible trilogy. When I finished the book, I was left grappling with one significant question. Was Yi Wenji right? Does humanity need an external force to save it from itself? Next, we move on to The Dark Forest. This sequel continues the story with the same intensity and depth, exploring humanity's preparations for the impending Trisolaran invasion they now know is coming. The book introduces the concept of cosmic sociology and the dark forest theory, which suggests that civilizations in the universe are like hunters in a dark forest, silent, cautious, and ready to strike at any sign of life to ensure their own survival. We follow several new characters, including Liu Ji, a sociologist and astronomer who becomes a crucial figure in developing the deterrence strategy against the Trisolarans. The dark forest theory posits that the universe is inherently dangerous because all civilizations are potential threats to each other, leading to a state of constant vigilance and preemptive strikes. This theory is chilling and presents a deeply pessimistic view of interstellar relations. But I also find this theory very logical and hard to deny. It just makes sense for a strike first, ask no questions approach to protect yourself in a dark and terrifying universe where everyone out there could potentially be significantly more advanced than you and possibly eradicate you just because you might be a threat to them now or in the future. One part of the book that stood out, but not necessarily in a good way, is the subplot involving Liu Ji's imagined perfect woman. He envisions the ideal partner and then almost magically she is found in real life and falls in love with him instantly. This felt unrealistic and somewhat forced, detracting from the otherwise very strong narrative. Despite this, the book is filled with suspense and brilliant ideas. The concept of wall facers, individuals who are given near absolute power to develop strategies in secret so the Sophons can't know the plans, is intriguing and explore themes of trust, deception, and the burden of leadership. Each wall facer has a unique approach, reflecting their personal strengths and weaknesses, and the conflicts that arise from their actions are interesting. Liu Ji's journey from a seemingly ordinary man to a major figure in humanity's defense is also thought-provoking, despite the aforementioned flaw. This realization of the dark forest theory and its implications for humanity's survival is one of the book's most gripping moments. The tension between the need for secrecy and the inherent risk of deception adds a lot to the story. The ending of The Dark Forest is particularly memorable, with the revelation of the deterrence strategy using the concept of cosmic broadcasting, essentially threatening to expose Earth's location to the universe if attacked, thus making any attempts at conquest irrelevant, since other species will surely just destroy the planet from afar. This raises significant philosophical questions about survival, sacrifice, and the lengths to which humanity must go to ensure its survival. The idea that knowledge about a location can be a weapon is intriguing and terrifying. Finally, we have Death's End, which is the conclusion to the trilogy. This book is expansive and ambitious, covering a massive span of time and space, from the present day to the end of time. The themes of survival, sacrifice, and the nature of the universe are explored in great detail. We see the return of several characters and the introduction of new ones, each contributing to the narrative. Cixin, an aerospace engineer, becomes a central figure as humanity faces existential threats on an unprecedented scale. The book delves into complex scientific concepts like dimensional warfare, lightspeed travel, and the ultimate fate of the universe. One of the most striking aspects of Death's End is its exploration of the consequences of humanity's actions and decisions throughout the trilogy. The interactions between human and Trisolaran civilizations reach new heights with alliances, betrayals, and unexpected twists that keeps you on the edge of your seat. You can feel the tension between hope and despair as characters navigate the uncertainties of their rapidly changing world. Cixin's character arc is particularly interesting. She represents a more empathetic and cautious approach to leadership compared to the more ruthless tactics seen earlier in the series. Her decisions, while well-intentioned, often lead to unintended consequences, raising questions about the balance between moral integrity and pragmatic survival. However, while the book's ending was magnificent and tied the story together beautifully, I did feel it was a bit too long. Cutting about 200 pages could have made it sharper and more focused, avoiding some of the pacing issues that slowed down the narrative. Nonetheless, it's a powerful ending to an incredible series, leaving readers with much to ponder about the future of humanity and our place in the cosmos. Now, let's talk about some of the overarching themes and philosophical questions that run across all three books in Cixin Liu's trilogy. One of the central questions is about the survival of civilizations and the lengths that they will need to go to ensure their survival. The Dark Forest theory suggests a universe where the safest course for any civilization is to remain hidden and eliminate any potential threats. This theory reflects a deeply pessimistic view of interstellar relations, suggesting that in a cosmos teeming with life, silence and secrecy are the keys to survival. I am still pondering this and would like to hear your thoughts on it. Is the universe really this hostile, or is it possible that cooperation and communication could be the norm among advanced civilizations? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The trilogy also delves deeply into the idea of deterrence and trust on a cosmic scale. The development of deterrence strategies against the Trisolarans, particularly the concept of cosmic broadcasting, raises significant ethical questions. On one hand, broadcasting Earth's location to the cosmos as a deterrent could protect humanity against the Trisolarans, but on the other hand, it would attract hostile attention from other civilizations. This theme highlights the dual-edged nature of knowledge and communication, both vital for survival and potential triggers for conflict. Another major theme is the ethical implications of scientific advancements. From Yi Wenji's betrayal in the first book, driven by her disillusionment with humanity, to the advanced weaponry and defense strategies developed in later books, the series continually questions the morality of scientific progress and its impact on society. The characters' struggle with these dilemmas highlight the tension between individual desires and collective responsibilities. It makes us ponder, should there be limits to scientific inquiry if it poses existential risks? Existential risks posed by contact with alien civilizations are a constant undercurrent throughout the trilogy. The fear of the unknown, the potential for misunderstanding, and the catastrophic consequences of interstellar conflict are explored in great detail. This left me with a profound sense of the fragility and preciousness of life. The universe, as depicted by Liu, is a dangerous place where survival requires constant vigilance and often harsh decisions. The book suggests that humanity must be prepared for the worst while hoping for the best. How do you feel about that perspective? Does it align with your views on space exploration and the search for extraterrestrial life? The trilogy also tackles the concept of humanity's place in the cosmos. The vastness of space and the potential for other intelligent life forms raise questions about our significance and the ethical considerations of our actions. The series' exploration of higher dimensional spaces and advanced physics challenges our understanding of reality and encourages readers to think beyond the limitations of our current knowledge. It's humbling to realize how much we still don't know about the universe. These philosophical questions are not just academic, they are deeply intertwined with the characters' personal journeys and the broader narrative. The balance between hope and despair, the ethical implications of survival strategies, and the quest for meaning in an indifferent universe are themes that resonate throughout the series. The characters' personal growth and their struggles reflect these larger existential questions, making the story not just a scientific exploration, but a deeply human one. Overall, I absolutely loved the Three-Body Problem trilogy. The first book remains my favorite for its originality and the way it sets up the story with complex characters and groundbreaking ideas. The second book, despite the minor issue with Liu Ji's romantic subplot, was still fantastic and introduced some of the most interesting concepts I've ever read. The third book, while a bit lengthy, ended the series on a high note with its grand, sweeping narrative and philosophical conclusions. The overall storyline is nothing short of amazing and has left a lasting impact on me, and I will be thinking about these books for years to come. The series is a masterclass in hard science fiction, tackling profound questions about humanity, survival, and the universe. What are your thoughts on the trilogy? Which book did you enjoy the most? And which themes resonated with you? Share your opinions in the comments below. Lastly, a quick comment on the Netflix adaptation. The show has made some changes to the story and characters to better fit the format, which is understandable. While I think the adaptation was okay, it didn't quite capture the complexity of the books. For instance, some of the philosophical questions and plot details were simplified or altered, which might have been necessary for the medium, but somewhat diluted the original impact. It's a good introduction for those who haven't read the series, but if you really want to experience the full impact of Cixin Liu's work, I highly recommend reading the books. The show simplifies some of the complicated plot points and philosophical questions that make the books so compelling. What do you think about the Netflix adaptation? Did it do justice to the books? Do you think it missed the mark? Let me know in the comments. That's it for my review of the Three-Body Problem trilogy by Cixin Liu, but maybe I will make some more videos about parts of it because there's so much to unpack in those books. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please do the YouTube thing and click all the buttons, subscribe, like, yada yada. It will help me make more and better content going forward. Thank you for watching. See you in the next chapter.